The 20th century was defined by conflicts of unprecedented scale, turning continents into battlegrounds and demanding unimaginable sacrifices. From the muddy trenches of the First World War to the sweeping aerial battles and genocidal campaigns of the Second, despair was a constant companion. Yet within this pervasive darkness, history records the emergence of extraordinary individuals, men and women whose actions transcended military strategy or political objectives. These heroes were not just fighters, they were moral compasses, their bravery fueled by a profound commitment to humanity itself. They became symbols, demonstrating that resilience is not merely surviving, but choosing hope when all rational expectation dictates otherwise. This exploration begins with those early acts of heroism that set the standard for courage in a world rapidly descending into chaos, reminding us that even in the face of absolute horror, the flame of human decency can never be fully extinguished. Our journey back begins in the harrowing final months of World War I, where we find Sergeant Alvin C. York. A committed pacifist from rural Tennessee, York initially struggled with the moral conflict of military service, rooted in his strict Christian faith. Despite his reservations, he was thrust into the hellish Meuse-Argonne offensive. On October 8, 1918, during a critical mission, York's unit suffered heavy casualties. Faced with a relentless German machine gun nest, York found himself alone, using his expert marksmanship to systematically neutralize the threat. What followed was an act of bravery almost mythical. York single-handedly captured 132 German soldiers. His actions were not driven by vengeance, but by a necessity to save the lives of his comrades. York's heroism resonated worldwide, a humble man who, through skill and moral clarity, executed a military maneuver that symbolized the triumph of the individual spirit over the overwhelming mechanism of industrialized warfare. He returned home not seeking glory, but peace, embodying the hope that true strength lies in character. As the horrors of a second global war erupted, a new, quieter form of heroism was required, one demanding moral clarity in the face of absolute evil. Enter Witold Pilecki, a Polish cavalry officer who conceived a plan so audacious it seemed suicidal. He would volunteer to be captured and infiltrated into Auschwitz, the heart of the Nazi terror machine. Pilecki's mission was not to escape, but to gather definitive intelligence on the camp's operations and, crucially, establish an underground resistance network within its walls. For nearly 3 years, he lived under the constant shadow of death, documenting the atrocities and attempting to smuggle his reports to the Western Allies. His famous Pilecki's report provided undeniable evidence of the Holocaust, yet tragically, it was initially met with disbelief. Pilecki's profound sacrifice, voluntarily embracing the ultimate suffering, stands as an unparalleled testament to investigative courage. He sought not military victory, but truth, becoming the ultimate spy for humanity, ensuring the world could never deny what happened within those guarded gates. Meanwhile, on the brutal Eastern Front, heroism took to the skies in the form of Lydia Litviak, often referred to as the White Rose of Stalingrad. Joining the Soviet 586th Women's Fighter Regiment, Litviak quickly demonstrated exceptional piloting and combat skills. She was a fearless and highly successful fighter ace, the first woman to shoot down an enemy plane, and eventually achieving at least 12 confirmed kills, earning the title of Hero of the Soviet Union. Her presence in the cockpit was a powerful symbol, challenging traditional perceptions of wartime roles and inspiring countless women across the Allied nations. In an era where gender norms were rigid, Litviak proved that courage, competence, and tactical genius belonged to all. Her aircraft was reportedly marked with a white rose painted beneath the cockpit, symbolizing defiance and beauty amidst the grim machinery of war. Though she tragically disappeared in action in 1943, her legend cemented the idea that heroism transcends conventional boundaries, offering a high-flying beacon of hope to a nation desperate for victories. In the Pacific Theater, the relentless brutality of island-hopping campaigns tested the limits of endurance, creating a contrasting definition of heroism found in Desmond Doss. A Seventh-day Adventist, Doss was a conscientious objector who refused to carry a weapon, yet volunteered as a combat medic. His determination to serve his country while adhering to his moral code was fiercely tested during the Battle of Okinawa, specifically the treacherous cliffs of Hacksaw Ridge. While his company retreated under heavy fire, Doss remained. Over a terrifying 12-hour period, he repeatedly ran back into the line of fire, rescuing and lowering approximately 75 wounded men down the ridge, one by one. His selflessness under extreme duress redefined courage. Doss showed the world that true conviction does not require violence. Instead, it means placing service and compassion above all else, even survival. He became the first conscientious objector to receive the Medal of Honor, providing a profound moral template for how duty and empathy can coexist, even on the bloodiest battlefield. The fight for civilization was not solely waged with bullets. It was also a desperate battle to preserve culture, history, and the collective memory of humanity. This was the mission of the Monuments Men, formerly known as the Monuments, Fine Arts, and Archives Program. Led largely by American George Stout, these museum directors, historians, and academics served on the front lines, not to engage the enemy, but to track, reclaim, and protect priceless cultural artifacts stolen or endangered by the Nazi regime. They understood that the destruction of art and historical monuments was an attempt to erase the soul of conquered nations. Their tireless work in locating masterpieces hidden in salt mines and castles was a demonstration that hope requires a future informed by the past. By prioritizing the safety of a Michelangelo or a Van Eyck panel over personal safety, the Monuments Men ensured that the cultural legacy of millennia would survive the transient madness of war, providing the foundation upon which future generations could rebuild and find beauty once more. While some heroes operated on grand historical stages, others performed daily, quiet acts of defiance that required immense, sustained courage. Miep Gies, an ordinary Dutch citizen, was such a hero. For 2 years, she, along with her husband and colleagues, risked immediate execution by hiding Anne Frank and her family in the secret annex above the office. Miep provided them with food, news, and vital necessities, transforming herself into a lifeline under the constant surveillance of the occupation. Her heroism was not a single dramatic moment, but a persistent, agonizing choice made every morning upon waking. After the Frank family was betrayed and arrested, Miep returned to the hiding place, collecting and preserving Anne's diary. This simple, sacred act ensured that Anne's voice, the voice of innocence and hope extinguished too soon, would resonate globally, forever shaping our understanding of the Holocaust. Miep Gies taught the world that the most profound acts of goodness often require nothing more than a committed heart and a moral refusal to turn away from suffering. The systematic machinery of the final solution found a formidable opponent in Raoul Wallenberg, a Swedish diplomat stationed in Budapest, Hungary, during the height of the genocide in 1944. Wallenberg used his diplomatic status with audacious creativity. He issued thousands of protective passports, known as Schutzpasses, claiming the bearers were under the protection of the Swedish crown, even though the documents had no genuine legal basis recognized by the Nazis. He also established 32 safe houses across the city, flying the Swedish flag and declaring them extraterritorial territory. Wallenberg often intervened directly, pulling victims off deportation trains and confronting SS officers, using a combination of bluff, bribery, and sheer determination. His direct interventions saved tens of thousands of Jewish lives, transforming him into one of history's greatest humanitarian figures. Wallenberg personified the power of compassionate intervention, a singular light of righteous defiance against an empire of malice, proving that diplomacy, when wielded with moral force, can be mightier than any weapon. Not all heroes wore uniforms or fought on the front lines. The silent, intellectual war fought at Bletchley Park, the British code-breaking headquarters, was arguably one of the most decisive factors in the Allied victory. At the core of this monumental effort was Alan Turing, a brilliant mathematician whose work revolutionized the very nature of information. Turing designed the complex electromechanical machines, the bombs, which were crucial for breaking the Enigma code used by the German military. This cryptographic breakthrough provided crucial, real-time intelligence that shortened the war by years and saved millions of lives.
though the secret had to be meticulously maintained even long after the war concluded. Turing's genius laid the foundational groundwork for modern computing, meaning his heroism extended far beyond the battlefield into the very fabric of our technological future. He showed that brilliance and logic are powerful weapons against tyranny, demonstrating that intellectual effort focused on a greater good can deliver the ultimate hope for humanity's future.
The path from victory to lasting hope required not just military triumph, but immense civilian resilience in the face of widespread destruction. Consider the spirit of post-Blitz London. Even after years of relentless bombing raids that reduced vast swaths of the city to rubble, the civilian population refused to succumb to despair. As soon as the war ended, and even before, citizens were actively involved in clearing debris, establishing temporary community centers, and beginning the arduous process of rebuilding. This collective effort demonstrated a profound, unwavering belief in the future of their city and their way of life. They were the architects of hope, proving that destruction is only temporary if the spirit to reconstruct remains intact. This quiet, dogged determination, the immediate return to life, school, and work amidst the wreckage, was the final crucial act of defiance against fascism. It symbolizes that hope is ultimately a collaborative act, driven by the common understanding that a better tomorrow is worth the labor of rebuilding today.
The enduring legacy of these world heroes lies not just in their achievements, but in the moral blueprint they left behind. Their stories are monuments more enduring than stone, serving as constant reminders that heroism is accessible to all, whether through an act of immense physical bravery like Alvin York, a diplomatic maneuver like Raoul Wallenberg, or the quiet, persistent kindness of Miep Gies. They teach us that even when confronted by institutionalized evil, the individual choice to uphold humanity, integrity, and compassion is the most powerful force in the world. Their examples compel us to remember that the price of freedom is eternal vigilance, not only against external threats, but against the internal erosion of moral courage. By studying their sacrifices, we understand that chaos never truly wins as long as people are willing to stand up, step forward, and choose light over darkness, reinforcing the promise that humanity always possesses the capacity for redemption.
From the fields of France to the cliffs of Okinawa, from the clandestine offices of Bletchley Park to the hidden rooms of Amsterdam, the heroes of the world wars etched stories of resilience into the annals of time. Their legacy is the very definition of hope, the knowledge that no matter how dire the circumstances, human goodness can prevail. We owe them not just remembrance, but action. We must carry their torch of moral courage into our own lives, standing up for what is right, even when it is difficult, and choosing empathy over apathy. Their lives were a testament to the belief that the purest form of victory is securing a better, more humane future for all. Thank you for joining us on this journey to honor their memory and their message. If these stories moved you and inspired a renewed sense of hope, please show your support. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates and deep dives into the history that continues to shape our world.